Hello, Luxies and all members. Welcome back to the Luxury Live Show. Beside me, Kat L, my co-host. You guys all know her, I hope. And if you're new here, this is a weekly live stream that both Kat and I host on a weekly basis. So we alternate between our channels. This week is on my channel, and next week will be on hers, vice versa. So today's topic, micro bags. Have you wondered if micro bags is for you? Or maybe you're on the verge, maybe you're interested, but you just can't quite pull the trigger because obviously there are several factors such as pricing, the size, and whether those are just trendy things that will not last. So today we're going to go over a bunch of different micro bags that both Kat and I picked from different brands that are, well, our favorite in a way. And if you already own some micro bags, let us know in the comment section in the live chat which one you own, why you love it, or if you don't own it, let us know also why you're not going for it. But hopefully after today's live show, you will be able to make even a better informed decision about micro bags and whether it's for you. So we have slides for you. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen.
I'm looking around. I don't know where is my micro bag. I'm like, where did I put it?
Okay, just one moment. Where is my screen? How come I'm not? I'm just gonna unshare it first. How come I can't?
I see so many people.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Let me know if you're seeing this, Kat.
Yep, I can see it.
Okay, micro bags. Let's get started, guys. By the way, if you're new, because I know those of you who watch this show on a regular basis should know that, but if you're new here and you have questions or you have comments and you want us to see it, and sometimes we do pull it into our screen to answer the comment or question, make sure that you type in front of your questions just question marks, because that really helps us see it clearly. Since we're on a different format. You guys are on YouTube, but for us, we're on StreamYard, so it just helps us see your questions. And I'm gonna get started with, I'm gonna let Kat get started with her picks. And so yeah, Kat, it's all yours.
Thank you. Okay, so what we did was we just scoured the net to find different brands with different nano bags. And I think since maybe about 2 years ago, the most popular one was Jacquemus. But now every brand has gotten on the train and they are just going for it. So Louie is one that I found and I thought these were so freaking cute. Just look at that Nano Balloon Bag. It comes in a variety of colors. And just look at that tiny little handle. If you're looking for a nano bag, but that's not too small, that's still pretty big because this is very tall, you can go for this Nano Balloon Bag from Louie Bay. It is so cute. Just look at that tiny little handle. Oh my gosh. It really looks like the big nano bag, like the big balloon bag with the details of the strap and the way it's made. And Louie Bay is well known for making their bags very architecturally. So I can definitely see just from the picture, this is made just as well as the original size, except now it's miniature. Just look at that. They have the other bag as well. So on the right side, this flamenco. I've never seen this in real life. Like I saw this online and I thought this is pretty cute as well because it's more of a boxy shape, like a rectangular, and all you have the two drawstrings. You can put I'm pretty sure you can put your phone inside. I think I measured it. You have a smaller phone, not the large phones like the XXL. I don't think so, but because it's on this like a longer shape. Yeah, not your phone, Amy.
No, not mine.
You can put things inside this one because of the shape. If you're finding that these kind of balloon shapes would be a bit odd, you can go for this one, Nano Flamenco Clutch. What do you think of these? And the price is good, 1,000.
Yeah, you know what it is about nano bags or micro bags that are very attractive is one of it is the price point, but obviously it is made on a smaller scale. And one of you actually made a really good comment on my video when I unboxed my micro bags, one of my most recent videos, is that the level of detail that they put into micro bags is so much more minute, and it's actually so much harder to make, which is true. The smaller the item, the more precise and the more harder it is to maneuver around and to actually make the item. So they are less expensive because of the size, but I guess you could also argue the other way, where you're paying quite a lot of money for such a small size bag. But then you have to also look at from the point of view of craftsmanship, right? Like when they make these things, it's so much harder to make it on such a small scale, which is something that you can appreciate, and especially if you already love your micro bags. And by the way, we define micro bags in a sense. Sizing wise, I think it has to be so small that normally your phones wouldn't fit. But in these cases, like in the cases of these Louie Bay ones, they can maybe fit your smaller size phone. So not the X Max, but maybe the smaller ones. I like them. I am especially attracted to the bucket one because I mean, the color already is very
And the
attractive.
color, and it's so cute. I guess one of it is, why are we so interested in these micro bags or nano bags? Actually, it doesn't matter what is nano, micro, it's just extra small bags. It's because it's so cute. We love cute things, right? All right, let's go to the next one.
Yeah, they're cute and they're really lightweight. So it's almost like you're not wearing anything. And sometimes you almost forget that it's even on your body, right?
Exactly. So this is another one very popular design. And of course, they have to, Honey, I Shrunk My Kids. And oh my gosh, it is another super cute one. It is just like the Nano Speedy 25, like tiny little bag. But what's a plus point here is that the strap is detachable. And just look at the colors. There are so many colors. If you are looking for like a colored bag, but you're not committed to have a full, say a full yellow bag, big one, you can actually explore nano, or I'm just going to use the word XS because I don't know, nano, micro, they're all different sizes. So these extra small bags in a variety of colors, and because they're small, you can get away with it. You don't have to worry about them sticking out too much or clashing with your clothing. And just like Amy said, even though they are small, a lot of craftsmanship has gone into this bag. Just the same, because Louie Bay makes their bags by pieces and they sew it together, and now it's shrunk. Oh my gosh, what do you think of this one? I love it. I think
I
it's
really
so
think
cute.
it's cute. And especially with the colors, it can be a bit more adventurous. And I mean, we're gonna be showing you guys so many nano bags, so you might be tempted eventually after this live show. You guys are all gonna be tempted by one of these, and it's so hard to stop at one or two. I'm honestly saying, like, this is how I feel right now after even seeing our own slideshows. While I was preparing, I'm like, oh, I want to go and check out this one too.
Oh my
Yeah, this
gosh.
one's super
Wait
cute.
till you come to the like so many, right? When we were
Yeah, so
exploring, I
many.
was just I had to stop myself for going to Farfetch. Like I was like, okay, calm down, girl. This is, you don't need so many, but really, oh man, look at this Balenciaga. So I was gonna do a video like last week talking about brands that I sort of not, yeah, it doesn't really spark my interest. And then when I started to do these slides, I was like, Balenciaga, you got my heart again. Look at this
I know, this one
cute.
especially.
It's called a Neo Classic Super Nano Top Handle Bag. That's a long name. Basically, it's the original city Balenciaga city bag, except that they actually revamped the city bag to make it more structured. So it's more like this sort of a side by side trapezium. It's like coming down like this. But look at it. It's got the straps, it's got the little rivets, the little buckle, it's got a zip, it's detachable strap, and I think it's new, so it's only got 4 colors.
The
Just
price
look
of
at this
this one
beauty.
is really good too.
Yeah, this is a flex. Like if you wear this, unlike the Loewe, where that's more of a uh functional, this is definitely a flex. Like you can probably just put a card, maybe
Yeah.
your AirPods, and one key. Guys, having a renovation in my house right now. Okay, I love this. This is cute. So cute.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the white one or the silver one. I mean, it's just calling my name. It's so cute. I love the little tassels. They look like mustaches.
That's so cute. And then this. Oh my goodness. When I was doing, yeah, this was what I thought. If you are looking for that Chanel, the hot, I think it's called the micro bag or nano bag, whatever, that small one with the handle, they have the exact same version, similar top handle, can fit also cards. I'm sure you can put your, it looks big enough to put a 6 keyring holder. It's got what the Chanel doesn't have. It has another flap, sort of like a side pocket. People, this is a nice bag. Okay, I don't actually like the bigger size, the original hourglass bag, but when I saw this in micro or nano or mini, yes, yes.
Actually, I have to agree. This one, I like it more than the previous one. So like this one is, this one is more kind of like your classic Balenciaga shape that we're all used to seeing. This one is definitely the newer shape, but it's so cute. That top handle, the smooth leather, the glossiness. I mean, I even like the B. I don't mind it at all. The only thing with this one is that, I mean, they are obviously not going to fit very much, right? Like Kat said, just going to be cards, maybe a lipstick, maybe an AirPod. This one, I'm not even sure you can do AirPod because it looks very structured. But it's just one of those things, right? And the thing is, this one has that curve on the bottom. So your cards might kind of just like do that kind of, like some cards might be this way and some cards might be this way. But at the end of the day, it's the trend, right? And this one is just super cute. The price point on these ones, at least, they're not Chanel level. I think it's okay. I think it's acceptable, and as long as you love it. But yeah, this one really is super attractive from like
fun.
the point of view of just looking at it, right?
Okay, now I like this Ville mini leather shoulder bag for the size. I wouldn't necessarily go out and buy this because I'm not a fan of the whole Balenciaga across it. However, because it's mini, I can kind of go with it. It's sort of like when I bought the super mini Marmont Gucci, and I'm not a big fan of the regular version because the heart shape is just super big. But in the super mini, the little tiny heart at the back, it kind of goes. So for this bag, I put it in because I feel like even though there's that Balenciaga there, it's still palatable. Okay, it's still like, tasteful. It's not like so large because it's tiny bag and it's cute. And it gives me mini bolide vibes. So win for you, Balenciaga. So this is something else. And the size is not too small. This actually looks functional. I feel like you can use this for the whole day and more because it's pretty large. It's a little mini bolide. What do you think of this one?
I totally agree. I feel like that's why I said earlier, it's hard to stop at one because one moment you're attracted to Louie Bay, next moment you're attracted to the Balenciaga, and now you have now you have this like, Alma looking one or bolide looking one. It just doesn't stop. I mean, this one for sure, the shape, it's iconic shape. And wow, it's true. When it's in the shrunken size, I don't mind the logo. I really don't.
It's not so in your face, right? Because it's smaller. And it's just like when you stand far from it, like the picture in the middle, on the left, the words just look like a white line. It doesn't look so Balenciaga, like the original Ville, where it's so big and it's just so tacky. That's how I feel. But when I look at
especially
this,
if you are already a fan of Balenciaga and you wear a lot of Balenciaga like this girl is, it just looks even cooler together.
correct.
Love
It
this
just
one.
goes, right? Love it. Okay, so now let's go into the Fendi. This is the new Fendi first bag, and I actually got a chance to see this in store. It's super cute. It's like a small little coin purse, definitely you can't put your card. So if you're a fan of the Fendi first design, which is, I believe, the first bag by, I forgot the designer's name. He just joined Fendi, and yeah, it's his first bag to design for Fendi. The bag itself, I've seen it. It's kind of heavy. The hardware is a lot, but it's a beautiful bag. But if you like that, you like the design, you're thinking, okay, I don't really want a bag, but you like it, you can actually get the charm. And the strap of this charm, if you can see it on the bottom left, is beautiful. It's like jewelry.
It looks adjustable too, isn't it?
It is. It's
Okay.
adjustable. So it's super pretty. It's very well made. The only thing is this is just a coin purse.
Yeah.
It's not like the others that we're big showing you. This is really, really very tiny. It's like this small, but it's beautiful. Like if you want it, go get it.
I think this is more as a, it's really, this one really is an accessory. It's less functional, but it's good if you need an accessory for your existing bag. So if you have one of those, like Isabel, her basket,
She's
Fendi
here.
basket,
Isabel's
or if
here.
you just like charms in general and you like to attach charms either on your jeans, you know, like with the little belt hoops are, and or on your other bags, then this is just one of those perfect, really cute little accessories. And it looks really well made. The interior looks like it's leather too.
Yep, it's Napa leather, whole thing. I saw it in store. It's super pretty, but not functional. But if you want to use coins or little like I guess trinkets, maybe you want to put your
Yeah.
bracelet out. I think it's really great. And Isabel's here, so Isabel, you can consider this for your bucket bag. Let's go to the next.
We're influencing. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna end up influencing you guys. You guys let us know how you feel after this slideshow.
It
And
gets
those of you who
cuter
already
and
are
cuter.
into
Okay,
micro
it's like
bags, let us know too.
non-stop cuteness, non-stop, just non-stop. You'll be like, oh, I like this one. Oh, I like this one. Oh, I like this one. Actually, what you should let us know is at the end of everything, let us know which one you are actually considering. Like, that's the one, right? Pricing and all. So let's look at this. This is another cutie. I actually tried this. This is the it looks like the peekaboo, but I believe it's called the East West. They took it from the East West design because it's more structured. But again, the tiny handle, the little charm, the chain is adjustable. So many colors. They even have that limited edition Vertigo collection that was out in summer. So pretty. And what makes this, I guess, a little bit have an edge around among the rest, because the rest that we saw so far is either a magnet or a snap closure. This has a turn lock. So it just adds a little bit more luxe to the bag, to the little bag, because when you close it, you turn a lock. It's so good. Okay, so I like this one. I actually tried it in stir. It fits cards. It even has a like a slip compartment at the side. You can put quite a few things inside, and because it's Napa leather, it's flexible. So if you want to stuff it a bit, you definitely can. It's not restrictive.
I'm guessing that with this one, there's still going to be the same problem with coins, right? It will come out
Yes.
from the sides, right?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
really mostly for your cards and your lipstick and things that are not easily going to slide out of your bag, right?
that's
But
right.
yeah,
That's true.
super beautiful. I love this one. I even loved how she styled it as a charm on her East West peekaboo. It's like how much more flexing do you can you do, right? It's just amazing. It's so cute. I mean, I think Fendi already as a brand is very well known for their accessories even before. They have had these sort of charms, you know, not the exact same ones, but they have had charms like these before already. And now it's so trendy that it's like they've already done it, but you know, they're just improving and doing more of the same great things they were doing before.
This is like the ultimate flex.
Yeah.
Fendi Nano Baguette charms. OMG. There's just no word. I tried to pick, there are even more, like I didn't get every single color. If you want to go for the regular, just leather, Napa leather, which is the bottom right side, there are so many more colors. You want the black, you want the, or blue, dark blue, green, but any material that is you like, you feel like I want a sequin little charm, go for the bottom pink. I want some fur, go for the top orange. I like some multicolor. You have that vertigo one at the top. You want some stitching, some crocheting, anything. If you don't want to get it in a full bag, Fendi has got it in a nano baguette charm. Insane the amount of variety.
I like the sequin one on the bottom, the pink sequence. Well, is it sequence or is it beading? I don't know.
It's like
It looks
beading
like
and sequins. That is like
it's
a
so
flex
cute.
right there. It's so cute. Oh my goodness. And they've got mix of materials. So you've got cloth and you've got leather. And then the two white and baby blue one at the top. I believe this was sort of like perforated. People, I personally like this nano baguette charm. It has been, which I'm looking around my, like, where is my charm? It's so small. I don't know where it is. I think it's outside. I'll grab it later. It's actually really, really good and functional. But like I said, if like for me, I know I would never get a furry bag because it's just not suitable for the weather here in Singapore and Malaysia. It's very, very hard to maintain with the rain as well. But if I had like a little charm, why not, right? So that the one that's above the word nano baguette on the right side, that little furry white thing. Oh my gosh. Why not live a little?
It's so true. And plus, if you guys don't know already, Kat just made a review video of her Fendi. So actually, yours one is not on this slide, but you guys can check out her video. I'm gonna link those video down below. I have my video as well of my 2 Chanel Nano bags, so I can link those 2 videos down below. You can check them out. We did what's in my bag. We did modeling shots, so you can check out whether you think it's for you or not.
And then you'd be like, oh, okay, I need it now. Okay, this one, I like it just for how it looks very simple. This is from YSL. YSL has a few nano bags. I think they're sort of catching up to the trend. They don't really have a lot. Similarly, like Balenciaga, I think they're just at the tail end. I don't want to say tail end of the trend, but they are sort of like the last bits of the like luxury houses that are catching up. So they have two, I think two that is, I kind of like it because it's just like the horseshoe shape. And when you open it, it's sort of easy to take your things and take your things out. Put your things in and take your things out. I haven't seen this in person, but when I saw it like styled like that, I think it looks quite nice. Very simple looking bag. I guess enough for a couple of cards. Really, really small, but maybe for a quick errand. I don't know. I kind of like it. I like it when it's styled, but on the picture on the left, I'm not sure. But when you're wearing it, I like the simplicity of it.
I see what you mean. And I feel like this would be a great coin purse because it seems like it has an inner pocket inside too. So it's not just all going to fall out, right?
Yep. It's
Yeah.
just like you slip it in.
I mean, if you guys, we talked about it in our, well, it kind of just came up actually. It came up in one of our members only live stream. And the reason why, micro bags even came about the whole micro bag topic is because these bags are very useful if you need to be very close to your body, like if you need your wallet to be really close to your body, and especially when you're traveling and you're trying to avoid with your regular handbags, they usually are a bit more bulky and it's easier for someone else to snatch it or to rob you. With these, they are much harder in a way because you can even hide it underneath your jacket. So that kind of subject came about, and that is why we're exploring it and also gotten into it and have the perfect excuse to getting them, right?
Yeah, because we're traveling next year.
We
Okay,
all have
and
to,
my
yeah.
final
I
pick
mean, come
from
on. I hope by
yeah,
next year, right?
you have to. So this is my final pick from YSL. So this is a shrunken version of the very popular camera bag style that they have. This is so cute. I have actually seen a few reviews or unboxings of this bag, and I think when people bought this, they thought it was a little bit bigger, but to their surprise, when they received it, it's like this small, and they're all shocked. But when I saw it, I was like, that is so cute. It's about like a little box shape. You can fit your cards in it. It's basically the same cards, your AirPods. You can definitely put your keys inside. Does not fit a 6 key ring holder, but because it is a little fatter, so the width, it actually can put quite a few things. You just have to play a bit of Tetris inside. I think it's nice, and it comes in a few colors. They have the black and the cream color, but they have some bright white as well as a magenta pink. So if you're looking for color from YSL, I'm surprised that they did a couple of really bright ones for these. Cute. The price is not bad.
Oh, price is so good. I think that is the struggle with micro bags for many people, and even for me at the beginning when I didn't know that I had the perfect use for it before, but now that I know I have. But the struggle still is which one is the perfect size for you, right? Because we all have different needs for what we need, even as the most basic essentials. And I feel like that's where you have to figure out yourself or you just have to try it in store, right? What is your basic minimum, right? Because for me, I can get away with no keys, especially if I'm just gonna use it for traveling. Like I'm not gonna be holding my 6 key holder. I'm not gonna need all the keys inside on a daily basis. So all I need is probably just lipstick or lip balm, hand sanitizer, like a very tiny, tiny little bottle. I just bought just this bottle here at Miniso, and I just filled it with my alcohol-based sanitizer. And this will fit in a slightly larger size one. I think it will fit on this one because it has enough width. So you just have to figure out what's your basic need, right? There are some that are going to be too thin or too small for you. So you just have to kind of figure out among all of these, right? But they are
Yes.
very useful. They're very practical.
I forgot about this one. Yes. So this was add on towards the end because a friend of mine actually bought this from Burberry. And oh my goodness, this, if you're looking for one, this is freaking functional. She can actually put her handphone inside if you have one of those flip phones, which is
Oh,
that Samsung,
yes.
the new
Is
Samsung
it the
flip.
3 something flip Z3 or something?
Yeah, that whole flip phone, which is actually pretty big and bulky. She could put the whole phone
Yeah.
inside there, cards, keys, and it's functional. It's lambskin. It's got strap. It even has a behind the like a little buckle that you can wear it as a belt bag. Wow! And look at the price. I think for this you
Yeah.
can it's a proper bag. It's a proper nano bag. This one.
I'm glad that she emailed you to let you know about this because this is one of those examples of an affordable one if you don't want to spend like Chanel money, right? For example, but that is still very functional. And actually this one, if you look at her waist, right? It's like half her waist. So it's actually quite big.
It's like
I
this
can
big.
tell.
It's like this big.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's a
beautiful.
good
Thank
bag.
you, Kat. Wow. Okay. Oh, now we can see
It
the
moves.
3D. I did
And
not
then okay, the
realize.
back. Yeah. Look,
Ah,
simple. If you don't want to get like, or you not to say you don't want to get, you can't get the Chanel belt bag that you have, Amy. Like you can't find it anymore. It's not in
yeah.
store. You can go and grab this one. This is the Lola Micro Bag from Burberry. I keep wanting to say Tory Burch. I don't know why.
Maybe it's the cool thing. I don't know. There's something about it that's not, you wouldn't think because there's a T.
Yeah, there's a TB
There's a
there. I'm like,
thing between the B.
Burberry,
It's
the
like you wouldn't
Burberry.
think that it's a Burberry because Burberry has been changing their logos lately as well. So, but
Yeah.
anyway, it's functional, so that's all that matters. Thank you, Kat. Okay, my turn. Of course, we have to do Chanel. We have to. So I have a few from Chanel. The first two, and actually the one on the right, Kat has it, so you guys can check out her video. Oh my gosh,
You need it. You
miss.
need it. I can't take it. I need to find my Fendi little Nano. It's
Yeah,
somewhere
you can
outside.
go
Let me
ahead.
give me a
So
second.
this one on the right is actually, so all of these are from old season. So unless your store still has them, but otherwise it may be very hard to get them because the one on the right is from 21A, so it's almost 1.5 season ago. But what I like about these two, which are very similar size, is that they are a bit wider, and the one with, actually both of them are a bit taller too because it doesn't have anything underneath. Actually, I can show you on mine later maybe, but I explained it on my video too, where this part which holds the chain takes up a bit of the height, which is why I can't stand up as many things as Kat would be able to on these two models. They have no chain holders underneath. So that's what I love about these two. And in general, the width of the bag is the same, I think. Online anyway, it shows the same dimensions. So I was able to fit my 6-key holder in this. So that's what I mean by earlier when I said that you just have to find the perfect proportion for your needs. And, some people will be able to get away with a shorter one, with a smaller one, like the ones that are just literally card holder shapes. And some of you will maybe need a tiny bit more space, so you would need something like that. But yeah, I love these. And they are more pricey, obviously, because, Chanel is known to be pricey. But I guess anything in the twos, like starting with a 2, is considered okay. So we have a few more options here. On the one on the right is the exact same one as mine. So it's from the current season, 21B. So your store might still have some left if you want to check it out. It does come in this lilac or the gray or the black. And what I like about this one in particular is that it's caviar. So that's always good, right? To have caviar, it's less easy to wear. And it has this beautiful chain detail, which is really, really pretty and feminine. I wore this with my beautiful dress. Check it out on my IG with my self-portrait dress. It just, the two together, just stunning. If you want something a bit more depth, the one on the bottom, which is actually the Trendy Clutch with chain. I know their names are terrible, but that one is a little bit boxier. My friend Gina has it, and it's just, another shape that fits a bit more because I think that one will fit, slightly bulkier bottles, such as your hand sanitizer and things like that. So that's something that you can look into. And the prices, yes, they do keep going up, but at least, for a little bit of Chanel, and that's still in the twos, like not quite 3,000 yet, or close to, but at least still under. I still figure they are, they are worth it for. If you love the brand, you just, you just can't stop, right? And the one on the top is also from a past season. It was actually from spring. Oh, is it 20? No, yeah, spring summer 2021. So that one also missed the boat on that one. That one's super cute. I have seen reviews of it. People were able to put quite a few things in it. It is more of the width of a card holder, but because it's a vanity, right? So you can put a few lipsticks in it. You can put your AirPods for sure. So it actually fits quite a bit. And for sure, hand sanitizer you can put in there. So those are a few options from Chanel that you can explore. And like I said, these are from past season. So it might be a little harder to find, but Chanel's not going to stop. Trust me, they're not stopping. They are probably one of those that makes a ton of micro bags, and that they're just always such eye candy. I don't know. I know, Kat, you got influence, and you
got influence. Mine is an accidental purchase because it was just I was just helping Amy out. And I was like,
No,
oh,
but you were a little tempted, no?
I was like, okay, if I can get it, I'll get it. It's kind of cute, but
Yeah,
I wasn't seriously looking for it. And oh my gosh.
right.
But yeah, now that I have it, I can understand the hype. Like,
Yeah.
OMG, this thing packs a punch. It's like, I'm shocked. As I'm stuffing my bag, I'm shocked of how much I can put inside this bag. And yeah, so I think it's the lambskin as well. So if you want to
Mm,
get, I mean, I feel like they have some which are in caviar leather. Not sure how more flexible the caviar leather is going to be, but because this is lambskin, I have packed it to death. Okay, I
yeah.
stuff things inside, and I can still close the button. So I think with the lamp, I think if you're gonna get for any of these, like whether it's the clutch with, oh, they're all called clutch with chains.
They are all.
I mean, whatever, these bags and in lambskin, similar to the walk, a lot of people said that because it's smaller, it's closer to your body, you can sort of protect it a bit better. You don't have to worry about it banging into things. So, yeah, you will get wear on the lambskin, but it's not so bad. Oh, anyway.
Yeah, agreed. It's a good point, definitely. The smaller the item, even for if you want a white bag, if it's small, it's so
Yeah.
much easier than a large white bag where you have so much more surface to wear and tear, right? But I do still think, and I do still know that there are a lot of people who are still afraid, no matter the size, they're still afraid of lambskin. So there are other options. So there are always, different seasons, they will have different things. So current season, they have the caviar. Past season, they had the caviar. If not, there is sometimes smooth calfskin, which is still will scratch, but will at least feel a bit harder than lambskin. So it's your choice, really. Like I think the one on the left is a calfskin, right?
Mm.
That's right. It's a smooth calfskin, and I have seen reviews of people. Uh, they stuff this to the brim, and the thing about these two, I feel, is like I said earlier, is because it doesn't have that chain holder part, which is why you're able
Mm.
to fit more things. Mine has the chain holder part, and it takes up that space that you would normally
Oh.
have, that kind of that overhead, right, that you would normally have if you didn't have that chain there.
I actually
But
saw a lady in Singapore carrying the beige one.
yeah.
And I saw it, like we were at, I think, in the train, and I looked at us like, you got a nice bag.
I think that's it. Like with the Chanel ones, yes, they are pricey, but it's just one of those things, right? Like
It
you have
catches
both
your
the
eye.
Fendi and the Chanel, but both are great because the Fendi is functional and it's hard wearing, it's canvas, you can wear it when it's raining, but the Chanel is just a Chanel, right? It's like just one of those things where you're like, oh.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's no more Chanel. I know we're so obsessed. Dior. I was so surprised that with Dior, I found so many good ones. And this one, I'm not kidding. I was like, I really want to go check it out. Good thing I was not in downtown this week, so otherwise I would have just passed by and checked it out. The two are the same size, and I believe on the site it says that even the patent one, there are belt loops. I haven't seen it in person. It didn't show on the pictures, but basically, these are super versatile. It has belt loops on the back, so you can wear on a thin belt if you wanted to. It comes with a detachable chain and the very iconic Dior monogram. Or if you just want something a bit more classic, then you got the patent leather one, and the size is quite good. I think the size of this is similar to this from what I remember, the dimensions online. So that's why I said I really have to check it out. Sometimes I don't know how much you can trust the online dimensions. They're not always accurate, but based on what I remember, it is actually the same width as this. So it's not small. And the price is so good. I was really, really surprised. Do you like this one, Kat?
I'm actually checking the size of the 30 Montaigne right now. I'm like, Ooh, that looks like a good bag. Because one of the things that I have suddenly, when I look at the Nano bag, I think minimum length is let's say like the 6 keyring holder. Not to say minimum, but it's like that is really good enough. If, of course, if
Exactly.
it's smaller, it's you can still use it because a 6 keyring holder from LV is quite large. But
Yes.
if it can fit a 6 keyring holder, that is a really functional micro bag. Because when you just put
Right?
cards, you put your hand sanitizer, you got lots of space to play around with it. So let's take a look at how big is this. Let me check the measurements.
I remember it says either 12.5 or 13.5. And if it's 13.5, it should be the same with this. But anyway, this is just one of the options. I was so tempted to go check it out, and don't be surprised if I actually end up with one because I really like it. But thank goodness I was not in downtown this week. Another one that I spotted was this one. This one, dimension-wise, I think I remember it was a bit smaller than the earlier one. But what I really like about it is, I mean, look at all the details that went into this bag. Not only is it leather, it has a back pocket. It looks like it has a front pocket too. And you have a zippered compartment for more secure items. And it comes with a detachable chain. Like, I mean, come on, the level of detail that went into this saddle little pouch. And the price is so good. I mean, it's just insane how, like, because Dior is also known for being pricey. Their items, I'm going to show you a few later on. The classic ones, oh my gosh, they're so expensive. I would never go there, but I'll still show you them. But this, I was like, oh,
This
this
is
so cute
really
thing.
good.
It's very good. I don't know.
And this I'm on the site, so this is 10 centimeters. So 10 centimeters is pretty big. It's pretty. I mean, it's
It
not
will fit
big
your cars for sure. It will fit
for
your,
sure, for
yeah.
sure. And it does. It has a back pocket, it has a front pocket.
Right? It's so good.
We're
I was
convincing
so surprised
ourselves.
when I found these.
And it comes in a variety of colors.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, there's a blue, there's a lime green, there's a pink. Yums. Very nice.
I'm telling you, this micro trend is so good. And if you want something from a brand and you don't want to just buy a card holder because, everyone buys a card holder and yeah, they're great, but it's just inside your bag. You want to show it off. Buy a micro bag. You spend a little bit more, yes, but they are functional. I'm telling you guys. Another one, which is super cute. I mean, oh, this one, their vanity bag. And this one is actually even bigger. And it looks very functional. It has all kinds of, the what is it called? The canage stitching. It just looks amazing. And of course, you can detach the strap. The strap that it comes with is just their regular adjustable strap. But if you already have one of the thick straps like this girl here, and you want to just use it on your nano bag, I mean, how good is this look? It's just so good, right?
So you can't get the Chanel one, get this one, right?
Mm.
Okay,
Exactly.
so
Like
I
the
just
price
saw
is very competitive with the Chanel ones. And this one actually, I'm pretty sure it's much bigger. Like, look at the size of her hands. It's, it's like the size of the fist width-wise. So
that's good.
It's a good size.
Anyway, I found that nano pouch that you showed earlier. So it's 13.5 centimeters.
So it's the same as this.
It's big, yeah.
So it's big.
Yeah, it's big.
It's a really good size. Like 13.5, it will still not fit your phone. And that is the whole point of micro bags, to keep them light. But it will, you can go out with this and just hold your phone and you're good. So
get it. Get it.
I have to go check it out now. Oh my gosh. Stores are closed. I have to go tomorrow if I want to. Okay, but I said earlier that I will show you their classic line micro bags that are, oh my gosh, so ridiculously priced. I will never buy them, but I will still show you the contrasts. Of course, you guys have already asked us to in the past luxury live shows. There is the Lady Dior micro, saddle micro, the Caro micro, and even actually this one is more of their classic line 30 Montaigne. wow, these ones are expensive. Look at the Lady Dior one. It's
It,
almost the price that I bought my actually regular size mini Lady Dior last year. Insane, these prices. More expensive than Chanel too, which I would not personally go there. They are cute though. They are very cute, but in contrast to these ones, I would buy these ones. I think these ones, you're getting so much value and you're still, you know, same type of usage, but at a fraction of a cost of these.
I think for these you have to be a die-hard Dior fan and you really, really love the brand. So Amy and I, I mean, we like the brand, but we're not like die hard for Dior. And
Yeah.
these prices really makes me think twice. Like I mean, with what Amy said just now is that they're very well made. Like if you look at Louie Bay, you have, you know, when you make my mini micro things, it's tough. You want to do a little stitch. It is really difficult.
And
So
folding it inside and
and you
out at a
fold and
tiny little
press and
thing,
yeah,
your
oh my
fingers
gosh,
hurt.
it's crazy. It's a lot of hard work. It's much harder than making big items. So definitely a lot of work went into it, but still think the price is very, very, very high.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love these. Like, if
Yeah,
money
they're
was
really
no
cute.
issue, I would get these. If you guys own these, please don't be offended and let us know that you own these. It's just that, you know, I sort of have that invisible line for me is like anything over the three, it's like tipping over. It's too much, and that's where I draw the line personally. But
At 4 is like no.
yeah,
I
four
think
is definitely
3,
no. Yeah.
it's I think when it for micro bags or these kind of extra small bags, 3 is where I sort of take a step back and go like, do I really love it? And do you know it, because you see like the 3 on the right side, they're just above the 3, right? They're like 3 1. So I can sort of sit there and say, man, I am a die-hard Dior fan. I do like it. You know, I appreciate the design. Then I can sort of say, I'm gonna take the plunge for it. But then if you hit the high threes, like say 3.9, 3.95, that's where I sort of, wait a minute, is this too much? And once you hit the 4, it's like, okay, forget it. Forget
Yeah.
it. It's way,
Well,
way too much for
these
a
are
tiny bag.
Canadian prices. So like even at 315 after tax is like
Oh yeah, I
3.5,
forgot
right?
about
So
tax, huh?
it's definitely
Yeah.
past the invisible line for me. Anyway, I just wanted to show you the contrast between you have choices like these and then you have these, which is a stock contrast. But let's move on. We have some from LV, from other brands too, not just Chanel and Dior. LV, I didn't find too many micro size ones.
Yeah.
I feel like for LV they make more mini
Mini.
to I don't know, mini size ones. I feel like they have uh, most of their bags can at least fit a phone. So I had a really hard time finding ones that don't really fit a phone, and that's what we're trying to stay within the micro family. But this one I actually liked a lot. When I saw it, I was like, ooh, cute. All leather, my Lock Me mini chain pochette. It has quite a few compartments in there. It's microfiber line. It has a detachable chain, and it's just very sleek. I mean, the price is very, very reasonable for micro, like, you know, compared to Dior, Chanel. So yeah, what do you think of this one actually? You must
I
like this
like
one.
it.
You have the bag.
I have the big sister.
Yeah, you have.
Let me grab my big sister. So I have the big sister, and now she's got a little, like a little baby sister. I actually think this is a really good bag with the turn lock, and it's made the same with the front pocket. This leather, if you're looking for something besides caviar leather, oh my gosh, I have tortured this bag. So yeah, I think it's cute. And I agree with you that LV doesn't make many bags, many small bags, but I think the the spring summer 2022, they are finally coming on the really functional micro bags. I saw some that are a little bit smaller. So if you're looking for something from LV, just maybe wait for the spring summer. I think they're coming out more.
Right. Okay. But I thought this one was a really good price point and just
Yeah.
looks like a substantial amount of material. Um, I'm actually a big fan of their leather bags that are well priced because I have
Mm.
the twice, and I feel like for LV, I'm not necessarily into their leather bag lines. I much prefer their canvas in general, but if it's a leather but it's under a certain price, like for me it's like under the 3, I feel like they are not only durable, like mine has been really durable so far, but they are actually very demure and so easy to style. It goes with everything. And I had to show at least one with their monogram canvas because they're so known for their canvas. And this is one that I saw that I actually almost bought myself, but we didn't have any stock at the time. For some reason, I was just really attracted to the whole look, right? The whole, this is already pre-tanned vachetta, I believe, and just a little bit of a touch of monogram, and it's just super cute. I mean, it's dinky, but you know, once you have it open, you can still stuff everything in it. Your phone will stick out a little bit, but it actually fits a lot. What do you think of this one?
I think it's cute. When it first came out, I actually checked it out. Like, well, not us. I didn't see it in store, but asked my essay about it. And one of the concerns, I guess, then was how would I manage the coins, right?
Yeah.
But because it's so small and you can just easily drawstring it, it's actually quite safe, right? As long as you don't tip it over. So I like it. And they came up with a few more materials. I think it's cute. Just that maybe the vachetta would be a bit of not everybody will
It
like it
will
though.
get vintage looking, right? It will patina. But at least with the drawstring, because it opens quite wide and it's quite spacious once it's open, you can still use a tiny coin purse if you wanted to. Like if you have a Bastia, it will fit in there. So it's one of those things where this is more in the in between sizes because, like I said earlier, LV doesn't have a ton of micro bags, but Kat said that they will have more, so we'll see. And then finally, I wanted to share a couple from Bottega. Bottega also doesn't have a ton, but I did find these two. The one on the right is more of a coin purse. It really is so small. It's more like a necklace purse. But if you're into the intrecciato and you want the look of this, but you don't want the actual bag, and you have you have like $1,000 to spare, then this is a cute item to own. You know, Bottega is known for their leather, for their craftsmanship. If not, the one on the left, which is their tiny mini cassette, they call it mini, but for me, this is a nano or micro bag because it doesn't look like you would fit a phone in it unless it's the flip phone. This one is so cute. Like the first time I saw it, I was like, ooh, I like it.
Yeah, it's cute. It's sort of like the Dior because it's like just a box
Yeah.
shape. And these kind of shapes, they are the most practical. You can put everything. I mean, not everything. The word everything is you need to take it with a grain of salt. But it's just that it's the kind of shape that you don't have to think too hard about. Just corners, you can stuff your things. When it's sort of odd shape, a little bit like the Balenciaga where it has a curve at the bottom, gotta like think a little bit. But yeah, this mini one, I like it. I like all of it. This is really bad.
Yeah, and
This whole live is really bad for both of us, actually.
I know, honestly, I think aside from Dior and Chanel, all the other brands have very reasonable prices and all kinds of colors, very, very cute designs. So there's tons to choose from. These are just some of our picks. Honestly, we can't show everything because it'll take more than 2 hours, but I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And last but not least, one of our members, when Lee, she emailed us to show that another option,
Love this.
which actually will fit a phone if you have the smaller size phone. I believe you can even squeeze the larger size phone if you don't mind the gussets coming out a bit, is actually the Chanel, what is it called? The mini walk. And remember, we talked about the mini walk for a few lives in the past when it was new, but it was just one of those things where at the time when, you know, the requirement at the time is still, it must fit a phone before we buy it. So like, I think, obviously at the time, micro bags was not so in trend yet, and kind of more of a ridiculous accessory, but she showed us that this would be a great travel bag. And especially, you know, when we think micro bags, for us anyway, it's really like a travel or an errand bag where you honestly don't need much. You might not even need your phone if it's like a very short errand type of situation. So yeah, she shared with us that this, if I'm gonna read it, she doesn't have to baby it because it's in caviar. She can go to a ton of places with this, shopping, etc. And she will still bring her bigger tote along, while this can sit inside, or she could also be wearing it at the airport. 5 inserts for cards, 1 long insert on the side, 3 other inserts for cards, and 1 longer wait, am I reading this right? Oh, the front flap and the back flap is different. So yeah, she's able to put her passport, her comb, her rubber bands, hand sanitizer, lip balm, AirPods, you name it. It's basically a very spacious, I would consider this more of a mini bag, since it kind of still fits a phone if it's your smaller size phone, but this is another option if you're not willing to spend, say, $2,000 or $3,000 on a really like B-size ones. If you're not willing, then add a little bit more. You can get the mini walk, and it's also a great choice.
Awesome. Yeah, so pretty. I love this. I actually had a chance to buy it about 1.5 years ago, but I decided against it. Now that I'm looking back at it, I'm like, damn, I should have got it.
It's just one of those things, right? You don't know until you realize that you need it. But it's never too late. I think they still make this. Every now and then they still will have it. You just have to ask your SA to keep an eye for you. Okay, so that was the portion for micro bags. I wanted to show you guys our calendar, and Kat already showed you that in our last luxury live show. So today we're doing micro bags. Tomorrow there's going to be another luxury live show, and that one's members only. We're going to be doing your FOMO purchases and members collections. Of course, the regular Q&A. And then of course we have September. Mark your calendars, guys, because we have secured. And by the way, this is Singapore time, okay? So if you're in Pacific or if you're in North America, then it's just the day before in the evening. So I circled it in red for us here in North America. But if you're in Asia, Singapore, Hong Kong, then it's the next day. That's why it's showing Saturday, but we're actually Friday today. Of course, September 4th or September 3rd, actually, September 3rd, September 4th. We're going to have our guest, Mel in Melbourne. So mark your calendars. That's going to be on Kat's channel next week. And then the following week, we have Clara. And then
That's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, they're going to be fun weeks next week. We have, so we have two guest speakers secured for you guys. The 25th is, we're still working on that. It might be, the 25th might be the following week. So at the very least, we have, you know, the following 2 weeks are secured. And like I said, tomorrow on my channel is for members only. Or if you're a member, then join us. Like I said, we're going to talk about your FOMO purchases. Oh, there are some good ones. So exciting. And then some beautiful collections to look at again. And yeah, if you wonder where to join the membership, just go to our channel page, and then you can just join from there. Okay, back to our Q&A. And by the way, if you guys want to know more about the membership, in case you haven't never heard it, I will link it down below. It's already linked, actually. The timestamp portion of our last luxury live show where we talked about it. So you could just go back and watch that if you want to just learn a bit more before joining. So yeah. Let me go back to our regular screen.
So for if any of you, I mean, we've been receiving emails on the member collections. So if any of you want to join in, you haven't sent it over, you can definitely just email myself or Amy for the upcoming members collections. It's fun because when we did it the last round, it was so nice to see people's, I mean, like, you see our collections, right? We're so boring. So it's really nice to see other people buying other things, and it's like we're just sharing among the members. It's really fun. So tomorrow's gonna be great. And if you haven't had any, if you want to share, no shy, huh? We don't need, just send the pictures to us. Give us a little like quote about what it is. Maybe it's your FOMO bag, maybe it's your wedding bag or something, and just let us know. We'll create it for the next member's life.
That is right. And in case Carol or Annie, you're both here, we're going to be showcasing your collection. So it's going to be super exciting. Holly is saying, I'm surprised that micro bags have gone for so long. Yeah, you know what? I think they were, especially when, all the, those ones from that French brand, what is it called again? They kind of started it, but it at first it looked like it was ridiculous, like who is gonna need that? But it's one of those things, like I said earlier, you just have to find one that is a functional size for you. And if you need that, right? Obviously not everyone's gonna want or need a micro bag. But I think that's one of the good things about wearing a micro bag is that even when I'm wearing mine, I might still need another bag, but at least I could just wear, let's say, a foldable shopping bag or just like a regular bag that weighs nothing. I just love the feeling of being hands-free in a way, and also just airy and light. And especially in the summer when you're so hot, you don't want another bag kind of sticking to your body, and the weight of it, there's just something very, very liberating about micro bags. And I think it's one of those things where you just have to own it to sort of know it.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think one of the concerns that I had last time with micro bags, actually, no, the first really ridiculous size bag is the the round bag. I think when we got it, you got it first, and then I got it as well. I always thought it would be a novelty bag. I would not be able to use it very much, but and because I could not fit my phone. However, I have realized that my phone never leaves my hand anyway. I'm always holding my phone. Always holding my phone, or it's in my pocket, or even if it's in my pocket for half a second, I'm holding my phone. And then I realized that I don't really need to put my phone in my bag. It's always glued to my hand. Then the micro bags just make sense. It's just like, oh, I don't need to carry anything else except my phone, which is glued to my hand.
Yeah. And a couple of times I actually forgot my phone because it's also sometimes micro bags makes you forget things, but it's also another liberating moment where you're like, oh, okay, I don't have my phone. I guess people who reach out will just have to wait till I get home. Like, it's one of those things where it also makes it less, stressful, because when you're always on the phone, it makes it, you're always checking and you're always looking down, and it's one of those things where it's also nice to not have a phone sometimes, especially if you didn't anticipate, you just forgot it because you were just wearing your micro bag, and then usually when you already have your bag, you're just leaving, right? You're not holding anything else. But once in a while I forget my phone and I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. Rebecca is saying the nano puzzle is so tempting. I have the medium and the small, and I had the nano speedy and considered the mini Lindy, but Louie Bay is doing the best
for this shape.
Louie Bay is doing it best for this shape. Yes, correct.
Yeah, a lot. It really looks like a exact copy, even with the handle, the way the little metal bits are like smaller. I think that would be a good one. And the price point is it's reasonable for the amount of work that's gone into it, plus colors.
Bobo Lim is saying, ooh, not sure about the Balenciaga. It looks like a spider. You know what? I feel like it's an acquired taste, maybe because it's so stiff, those little mustache things. But I feel like once you see it in person, you either love it or hate it. But like once you see it in person, usually it's more love, right? It's so cute. That's usually the first thing that comes to mind. Okay. You like the hourglass one. Yeah, I like it too. Holly says, I saw the first Fendi mini pouch and it's so cute.
cute. Yeah, it's so cute. It's like one of those old school coin purses that when you know the lock where you kind of like flip over and you open it. I thought it looked like that, and I think it's cute, except that it just can't fit any cards. So maybe one day that would look, maybe
Mm.
1 or 2 years, maybe a year from now, where cards are even not required. Then you're like, oh, I should have got that Fendi first.
Yeah, you know, Fendi is really good at doing these charm type or small accessory type things. They were always
Isabel.
one of the first ones to do. Yeah, selling me again, Isabel. Yeah, you need one, girl. But I guess just take your time, because that's the thing, right? With these, there are so many out there in the market now because they're so
Yeah.
trending. Just take your time choosing. There's no rush. Um, yeah,
There
you
are
definitely want
so
to
many
find one that
varieties.
suits you. Yeah.
So many now. I think maybe if you started to buy micro bags a year ago, or maybe a half a year, 1.5 years ago, it's sort of limited and you can't find something that you really like. But now, oh my goodness, just type micro bag in any brand and something will come up and something will spark your fancy. If you're I mean, of course, if you're looking for one. Uh,
Yeah, Jesse is saying these micro bags are so cute. I didn't realize that Saint Laurent hopped on board. You know, that's the thing. Everyone have, I think they will at least have something. Even LV has something, right? That is, for me, would be considered a micro bag. Is there really a brand that doesn't have them? I don't think
every
so.
brand. We just
Every
picked a
brand
few
has.
brands. In my search, I also saw Dolce and Gabbana. I also saw Valentino. There were so many, but we decided on. I mean, like Amy said, we can keep going on and on and on and show you so many. But yeah, it's never ending because every brand is on board now. So
Holly again. Some micro bags fit the perfect amount. Hers is the Gucci Super Mini. I agree. The Gucci one is a good one. The Gucci one is still a bit bigger though, huh? Because I think that one fit a phone from my memory. It was a tight squeeze, but it definitely did fit a phone. So I don't know. Would that be considered a micro bag or just like a mini bag? It's
like a
kind of in
mini bag.
between, right?
It's a little longer. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it can fit mid-sized phone, but I don't think it'll fit your phone. Your phone is like gigantic.
Isn't my phone the same size as your phone?
You have the
Yeah.
you have
Which
the
phone
Pro,
do you
right?
have?
You have the Pro. No, no, I'm sorry. I'm talking about your Samsung.
Oh
Isn't
yeah,
your
my
Samsung
Samsung
like
won't fit.
yeah,
That
your
one's too
Samsung's
long.
like gigantic. It's like this big.
Yeah, I have two phones. I still haven't switched everything over, and but the thing is I prefer using the Samsung for photos. So what now when I take my photos, I always have to bring that phone too. Yeah, that phone won't fit in any micro bags for sure. Any, not even some mini bags won't. June says all the micro bags are so cute. Buy it, buy it. Which one are you buying, June?
Uh,
Sonia, Burberry is cute, not crazy about their logo. Yeah, it's the new logo. Sometimes when they change it too much.
mm. Not sure. I think they haven't done enough branding for their logo, but I gotta show this because my friend was saying that she sent the picture of the bag. She's using it today. And I was just so surprised of how look, so she's wearing it now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the
The
size is
back,
so good.
the
That
size
one.
is really, really good. Wow. Nice.
Holly again. To be honest, I was at Chanel the other day. Everything looked cheap. I was disappointed in the quality. Ended up spending money at Ferragamo. Totally understand. I feel like that's it is definitely harder to it's harder to I think because we have been around well, I have been anyway. I have seen even when I started which was not even that long ago, even when I started curating my Chanel collection, the prices then uh I'm pretty sure when I bought my Square Mini, it was in the 3000s. And now in the 3000s, because I did not show the more expensive micro bags from Chanel. They are in the 3000s. I did not show those because those I was just like, too much. And honestly, they do have enough other ones that are good choices, that are still acceptable. So it's harder to swallow for sure, knowing the prices back then versus now. But then we can't go back in time either, right? It's one of those things where you just have to move with the flow, with the times, with the changes. And or like you, just don't buy it. Just go to Ferragamo. Last week we showed the best value for your money bags, and Ferragamo was a big brand that, you know, they had a ton of great bags. Especially I love their leather bags that look like totes for work, and same price. It's like you get that bag or you get the micro bag from Chanel, right? It's just one of those things. Yeah.
So this is one of them from I actually went to store from Chanel. So this is a micro bag which, you know, has that tapered shape. Strangely, I don't know why they did that. Like, they didn't do a bit of QC for this, because with that tapered shape, you can't actually put a card, and yet they had a slip compartment for the card. So it's a little strange, but this was actually 3,400 Singapore dollars. So it's really expensive.
Yeah.
And I think they just jacked it up because of the turn lock, which is, you know, very, very nice. I do like the turn lock, but it was above that price where you sort of question yourself.
Yes.
The right choice.
And remember, guys, this is what Chanel does, and I don't quite know if it's the exact pattern, but they do that a lot. They will have one season where things are very reasonably priced in general, right? Like, obviously reasonable for Chanel. And then the next season or the next few seasons, it'll be super expensive. Like, everything will just look so much more expensive, especially when it comes to the costume jewelry. The prices have been jacked up so much. So you just really have to pick and choose. But when it comes to luxury, that's the thing. It's not just Chanel increasing their prices. Every brand is doing it. But obviously Chanel is kind of, you know, considered a premium brand, and Dior as well. And so they can do it. So, you know, it makes business sense for them. And there will always be a market, right? It's like, even if you don't buy it, there will always be someone else buying it. So, it's just one of those things. You either accept it or you just move on from it, which is, exactly what you need to do. You either buy it, bite the bullet like me a few times, just buy it, or you just move on from the brand and don't. But that's the thing. I feel like for me this year, I've been buying less items. You know, I have less things to share with you guys, but the items that I've been buying, they have gone up in prices, right? They have been more expensive. And so you just kind of adjust with it, right? Jen is saying, this is so cute. I love the toile de juillet. I would totally be on that. Yeah, check it out and let me know. Whether you let me know or I let you know, because I'm so tempted to check it out myself. Oh my gosh. I was telling Kat, I'm like, oh my gosh, do I need?
No! I'm trying to stop her. She's trying to stop me. We're like, we're so bad.
No, the thing is, behind the scenes, you guys didn't know, but when I was after my these two micro bags, well, actually I bought one and then I was gonna buy a second one, right? So I was telling Kat, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy the second one. She's like, no, girl, don't. Save your money. Save it for whatever, something else. And I'm like, babe, this one you cannot stop me because I already made up my mind. It's just one of those things. I'm like, you know what? I already made up my mind. I will just hunt it down. I might even go to a reseller, but I already made up my mind. I'm getting it. I'm not letting this one go. And now she got one too.
Actually, it's because of that. It was
my
because
fault.
of that. when you're like, it's like, okay, I can't stop you. I might as well help you. All right, how much
I
is it? Let me check
know.
my. Then I texted my and say, do you have this bag? Apparently, it's really hard to get. Because on the
But
from the
I don't
retailer,
know.
it was
I don't
selling
feel bad
so much
about it because
more.
you love it and it's a good one. Like it's just one of those things where it's okay. It's okay to have one. It's okay. Ooh, Kimberly has the micro Lady Dior. It doesn't fit
Wow.
much, but the leather is so nice. Yes, it is. I mean, I have to tell you that bag looks stunning. I was just like at the price. I'm like,
Oh, wow. So that's why I said it has to be someone who's like, I love this bag. I'll go get it. And well, there you go. The leather is nice and it's beautiful. I actually saw on Instagram one. She's from Hong Kong and she bought it. She bought the micro bag, the micro Lady Dior, instead of the regular micro canard, which is the diamond quilting. This was a limited edition heart quilting.
mm.
Oh, eye-wateringly expensive, but really super super pretty. So I
Because
can
it's
get
limited edition, right?
limited edition, like it's heart shape. Every quilt is a heart. So can you imagine the person that's making it? Wow, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's so much harder to make it into a smaller size. Luan says, I like the mini saddle shoulder strap, right? It is. The little pouch is so cute and it's so much better price than the other ones. I was surprised. And I wonder if it's even that easy to get because the price point is so much better compared to their classic Lady Dior. And I almost wonder if it's even in stock if I visited the store, if they'll even have it.
Hmm.
If only
Yes,
wasn't an issue. I know.
no, I'd be draping with charms everywhere. I'm like, give it to me.
It's one of those things too, right? You buy enough of them, especially if you buy the more pricier ones, 3 or 4 of those equals a whole handbag.
Yeah.
It adds up so fast. Nat, I don't mind a mini lock me. Actually, it's something I'd wear. Totally agree. Yeah. I was
Uh-oh.
very tempted too. I was like, I need a third, fourth, fifth. Like honestly, like while we were making these slides, we were like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yes, Nat, the calendar. Like September, we already have 2 guest speakers that are solidified. We're still working on a third one. Like I said, the third one
Well, we
will let
already
you
got
guys
the third one.
know.
Haven't we got the third one? I mean, we
We
got the
have, but
third
we
one.
haven't solidified the dates yet,
Oh yeah,
right?
that's
So
true. We'll just keep you
um
in suspense.
we just have to figure out the timing because Kat and I are in total opposite side of the globe, and the third guest, she's from the East Coast, so that's another 3-hour difference. It's like one of us is
It's
either
hard.
really, really early and the other one's really, really late. So it's just one of those things where it's just a little hard to coordinate, but we're working on that and we'll solidify that later for you guys.
Well,
Probably
that
by next
and
week we
for
can.
that we might have a bit of a change, right? We might and for that one we might have a bit
Yeah.
of a change to the schedule just for that weekend. So maybe when September rolls in, we can do the calendar for September and October, and you guys can
Yes.
take a look. So yeah, exciting that one. That was a hard one.
So hard, you guys, to
Yeah.
coordinate all these great guest speakers. I mean, Clara is a friend and she's often on our live streams too, but even her, she's been so busy lately. She hasn't even been able to join us every week. So yeah, just glad to have anyone because I'm totally fine with just being with Kat, but honestly, I know you guys enjoy when we have a guest, and it's just good to have another brain to pick at. Sonny, I don't think I'll join the mini bag trend. I think you mean micro. The
Mm.
smallest I'd go is the phone bag. Yes,
Yep, yep. That will be a
but
good
like Kat
size.
said, and it's so true. And it's just one of those things where when you do have a bag that fits your phone, most of the time it's still in my hands anyway. But I will put it in my bag when it fits my phone. It's just that I would say more than 50% of the time it's on my hands, right? So it's one of those things where there are just days where even a mini bag is too heavy, if that makes sense. Because you put your phone in and obviously you can fit even more things. And it just starts putting strain onto your shoulder. And I'm not saying it in a bad way. It's almost like if you're out and about the whole day and just it's just like one of those things where you could have gotten away with a micro bag, and it's nice to have one. Basically, it's nice to have one. Not strange to say, but it's nice to see what you guys can fit into your micro bags, because I thought this was a trend. I thought this trend was another marketing tactic for us to buy larger charms. I think
Actually,
it is.
I think it still is a tactic to make it, because come on, cute things. Okay, it's just like when you go to Sephora and you buy the big bottle and then you see the small little mini size, you're like, oh, that's cute. And of course, when you compare the quantity inside, it's probably a third of the amount, but price a little bit less. It's a tactic to get you to buy stuff, but it's still functional, right? You still get to use it, you get to test it out. So the same with the bags, right? And now that it's a functional micro bag, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. I do agree that not all micro bags make sense. The ones that are just as a charm, I personally wouldn't buy them, but some people will, right? And Annie is saying, I need to go shopping now. And great roundup of micros. Still not for me, and that is okay. A teeny bag would look ridiculous on my body frame. Have you tried it though? You would be surprised. Sometimes it's just, it's just like how larger bags, when a tiny lady wears it, it looks like it overwhelms her, but it's also cool at the same time. So you would be surprised. Just try it on. Obviously, you don't have to buy it, but just try it on, and you might be surprised that it might still work for you.
Yeah. It's actually that dinky size that makes it look.
Yeah.
It's meant to be that dinky, like little small, so ridiculous on your body. But because it's so ridiculous, it actually looks pretty cool. So
yeah,
when I wear like this, even okay, I'm small size, right? But even this on me, it's so small. Even when I look at it, I'm like, that's kind of weird looking. But because it's functional and I can just get away with it, it actually turns heads. And it's not that I'm buying it to turn heads, but I can actually people see like, what is that?
Yeah, and also imagine, because where Kat lives, it's hot all year round, so she's always going to be in shorts and t-shirts. But for me, we have 4 seasons, so pretty soon I'll be starting to wear my larger coats, or at least my thinner coats, right? But just picture yourself in a winter coat, like a much wider, larger, longer coat, and you're wearing this mini bag. So even the contrast, just your big canvas of coat and then just a mini bag on top of it, especially if it's in a pop of color.
Yeah,
it's just so good. Like the look is good. I mean, yes, we are a bit extra that way, but why not?
Why not?
Just because you're wearing a larger coat doesn't mean that you always have to wear your larger bag. Obviously, those are also very nice. But the extreme contrast also is very interesting from a fashion point of view. Okay, from Jen, does Hermes have micro bags? Yes, they do actually. I just don't know a ton. I know there's this one. Is it called the Constant Slim?
Oh, let me look for it.
Yeah, it's one of those where you can put it on a belt to wear as a belt bag, or I think some people also put a chain around it to wear as a bag. Not so sure. I don't think they are as mainstream, as in, like, I don't think I wonder if when they made that bag, if they were really trying to catch up on the micro trend. I'm not so sure, because I feel like Hermes is one of those brands who's more classic. And if anytime they have anything interesting that is a bit different, that is a twist, it's almost like a one-off. So
it's really small. See, she's got her hand for reference.
It is a micro size.
Yeah, it's a micro size, and sorry, it's blur. But yeah, it's really small, and there's a belt loop at the back. So you can wear it as a belt bag. Let me see if I can
So
find
that's
it.
definitely an option. You do have to sort of use your own chains to make it work as a crossbody version, but for sure you could wear it as a belt loop, as a belt bag. Use one of your own belts or their belts to make it work. Otherwise, they also have, and it's not called a micro bag, but they also sell the Kelly bag, the Kelly belt with a pouch that comes with it. It's detachable, and that's called the pouch Kelly pouch belt or belt.
Yeah.
Kelly. Anyway, it has the word pouch and it has the word Kelly. Okay, it just has those two words I remember, and they don't consider that as their micro bags, but it's just one of the things that can be, you know.
So this is another one. So this, if you look in online, there's this girl that does a YouTube. So it's called the Hermes Constant Slim Wallet. So they look, it's, I guess it's sort of like the Chanel Walk. It's a wallet on chain. So this is Hermes's version of a smaller bag. Tiny.
I wonder if that fits a phone though. It still looks pretty small because we all know the Constance is a bit rigid too, right? And thank you again, shouting out to Chris for your super sticker. Thank you so much. Appreciate it so much. But yeah, I wonder if it fits a phone. And if it doesn't, then yes, I definitely would consider it a micro size anyway. It looks like it's pretty small. Oh my gosh, on my wish list now, micro Chanel top handle and Bottega loop bag. You know what? Bottega. Yeah, those two, so good. I mean, like I said, so many good options, and I need one too.
Okay, we're gonna be irritating. But that was from last season.
Your essay if you're interested. But they are coming out with them in different colors next season. They will have two lighter colors, a light, like a pale blue, a pale lilac. I think the lilac is similar to this color actually. So it's going to be really, really pretty. Black always, I think. And then there's going to be a dark pink. But like Kat said, you can't get away from the scratches. So that's one thing that you just have to accept if you're going to get that one. But yeah, super cute. Amanda, I think we have to be very careful with micro bags because they are so affordable.
Yes.
And buying two of them could possibly buy a full bag. Yeah, totally. I totally realized that after I bought my two, like I bought it within 2-3 days span, right? So when I came home and I was like thinking about it, I'm like, wait, that's like equals to a small, it equals the price of a mini from a few years ago. So yeah, like a mini rectangular from just a couple years ago. It is pricey. It really adds up fast for sure.
Especially with Chanel, right? Because you could buy, like I could buy two of these. Let's say if I really love it so much, I could buy a small bag, but it's still not so bad. However, Chanel or Dior's or even LV's not too bad. They don't have many up. Chanel and Dior right now, they are they're up there. So
yeah, I'm so surprised that Dior's prices are like I think for a while they were still were they under Chanel, or they were always kind of on par. Sometimes one is higher than the other, but I was always under the impression that it wasn't that crazy until I started shopping the brand and until I started realizing that no, that's not the case. The prices are very, very high. Which is why actually this next comment, love the Dior Micro, the tiny 30 montang in the classic fabric is now on my radar, which is, yeah, exactly. I was so surprised to see that there were options that were very, very well priced. And honestly, you still get the same classic fabric. The size is good, at least from what their online sizing was. So definitely check it out. Let me know, one of you, if you end up buying it, let me know.
Actually, if any of you end up buying any of the bags, we have a micro bag members live, right? Coming up. I don't know which
Yes,
week.
we
We'll get back to
do.
the calendar. So if you have any micro bags, please send them over. We've already received like some. So yeah, send your micro bags over. We have a members live to take a look at everybody's micro bags. Don't be
Yeah.
shy. Send them over. Tell us a little story of what happened.
I know. I mean, they can get addictive for sure. Nat. I am using the Petit Noe at the moment, but don't think I would downsize to micro. Order alert. Is it weird to feel sorry for my Noe GM in the closet staring back at me? Totally
Ah.
feel you. It's not weird. I feel like I always have that. I also am very aware of the fact that there are bags that I'm not touching a ton, like my Celine Trapeze, beautiful bag. It's just no, not really wearing it a ton. And even back then, I was just maybe wearing it like 3-4 times a year, usually in the fall when it's, when it's more suitable with my larger coats and stuff. Even the jumbo, right? When I was making my video on the Classic Flop Small review and I kind of compared it with the jumbo and the mini, I mentioned that the jumbo just like, size-wise and even just holding it empty, both of them together, I could feel how much more the jumbo is heavier. And I just waited because someone asked me, which I will let you guys know in my next video. Next video is on Monday. I did the tag videos that Kat and Isabel tagged me on, and I mentioned them again. So I will make sure to mention the weight, but it's 300 grams more than the small. That is a lot because, because the small was about 500 something grams, which is just over a pound. And the jumbo is basically, it's not quite 2 pounds, but it's almost 2 pounds. So the difference is significant because the jumbo, you can fit so much in it too. So after you put everything in it, it just weighs down your shoulder. And I think for me, that is definitely for me a factor of why I don't wear it quite as often, because I already don't have the best joints and health and everything. So on top of that, the weight, right? So it's a great bag and it's so classic. It looks great on slim figures and whatnot. And it looks great in the winter when you're wearing a larger coat. So it's great. It has a lot of things going for it. It's just one of those things where, yeah, I do feel guilty for not wearing some of my bags. And you almost wonder, right?
I get that feeling all the time. And I just like, whatever. I blame it on the pandemic. But the other day, I think about a week ago, I went out. And I think because I've been seeing so many like smaller bags, I actually saw this one lady. She probably in her late 20s. She was wearing like I think she was going to the gym, and she was carrying the Chanel Jumbo. And girl looked really good. Like among all, you keep seeing small bags. See myself with a small bag. We see every small, tiny, and then this is one person just running up the escalator with this large Chanel, like the OG, like boom, quilts, caviar. I was looking at it like, wow, that's a bag. That's a bag. So I don't know. They say that the big bag trend is coming back, so we will see. But I agree, the weight it's not the most ideal, especially now that we're shrinking it to micro
to a size that hardly fits anything. I feel like it doesn't matter if it's a trend or not anyway. I feel like for the micro bags, obviously I was influenced by the members who gave me the best reasons to buy into them. But not only that, I feel like even if it was not a trend, but it's something that is available, and I know for a fact that I can make it work and that it suits my lifestyle. So regardless of the trend, it just so happens it's a trend right now, which is why it's so readily available. Every brand, every fashion house has it, which is great because then you can just take your time choosing. But it just so happens that it is trending now. But I feel like regardless of trend, if it's you got to choose what works for you, which is why we stress so much that even within the family of micro bags, there are little ones and there are bigger ones. You have to go with the ones that work for you. If you're someone who just needs a charm and you just need decoration, go with the little ones or go with the ones that fit just coins. Like, honestly, there's no wrong answer. You just have to work with what works for you, right? So I feel like, yeah, we've been hearing, yeah, the big bag trend is going to come back, but it doesn't really matter. It honestly doesn't, because knowing the me now, right? Everything that I choose going forward and for a while now, I have refrained from buying the bigger size options because they just kill me every time. Every time I made an exception, I always regretted it. I always either ended up selling it or I just don't wear it a ton. So I just know I just know me now so well that, even when you guys ask me, for example, with Hermes, especially when you have to even know what you want before you even get into it, it's like, oh, but size 30 is so popular. Like, why won't you choose the size 30? And I agree, size 30 is probably the most universal. Everyone in any size shape will be able to carry the size 30. I totally agree. And plus the top, like the top handle, you can definitely do the crook of arm, any size shape, any size and shape of body. But I just know for me, even that 300-gram difference makes a difference. For me, it does, right? So you just got to do you. Let me see. Oh, Chris, I was just reading your question. Yeah, we will. I think we should do it after we update it because
we need to
August is almost over.
Yep.
So we'll do it once we update it with the October, and then we can even like solidify the next guest.
Yeah.
Then we'll add it and we'll post it on the community tab. Amanda, this is funny. I definitely need a bag that fits my phone because I'm so clumsy. Phone drop rate is high.
Amanda, you don't need a bag that fits your phone. You need one of those straps
that
is tied that like from Casetify or something. Anyway, don't get the Chanel one unless you're like bougie Chanel, but you can get the ones that has the strap from Casetify or many other like cheaper brands. You'll never drop your phone again because it's hanging on your body. And then get a bag. That is a flex.
Yes. You know what I did, guys? So I'm gonna update you guys later when I receive all the phone cases that I bought, because I bought 7 phone cases with a strap, so with a rope attached to it, so that I could be totally hands-free so I can kind of interchange between my current case and that case. But I bought the really cheap ones. I didn't buy the Casetify one. My phone is actually all our phones are actually getting old, so I just wanted to have something for now until we change our phones. And I just bought them from Shein. Actually, they are a few bucks each. Literally the most affordable versions that you can find of that kind of phone case with a rope. But in case you guys don't want to get into it yet, you don't know the quality. I don't know the quality either. Okay, so I just bought them. I haven't received them yet. Hopefully I'll get them in September. I think that was the timeline for the tracking. And then I'll let you know how it goes, right? You'd be surprised because they have like thousands of reviews on some of them. And I feel like, for an older phone, just to get away with not having to hold it, and if it works out and if it actually is a decent case, I think we should all go buy the ones from Shein. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just not sure because sometimes you guys don't put the question mark, so I'm not sure if it's a question for us or not.
I can see a comment from Chris. For traveling overseas, aside from cash, credit card, the most important is the passport.
Yes.
True, very true. That's why the Chanel mini walk makes sense.
Mini walk, yes.
Yeah. So
your micro one still doesn't fit.
That is a good one. That is good for everything. So card, cash, passport, and if your phone can fit, I think that's really, really good. Which is why when I wanted it last year, it was sold out. And then the pandemic hit, and finally one came, but I wasn't in the right headspace to buy it. But now that I'm thinking back about it, I'm like, damn, I should have gotten it.
It's never too late, though. You can still get it. I feel like, yeah, you're right. The thing is, well, I know you're supposed to bring your passport everywhere, but I do at least bring my other ID, like my driver's license. So that's still a card. I think unless I was really, really far away, then I bring my passport. I think when I was in Hong Kong, I don't even bring my passport around. I just have my regular ID. Maybe that's not good. I don't know.
I only bring my passport when I go out if I know I'm going to the stores to go shopping.
Right.
Let's say if I'm in Paris, right? If I was just going like running around, I try not to bring my passport. I'll have a copy of it with me. I'll take a photocopy of it, and I'll keep that, or in a copy of it in my phone. But if I was going shopping, like in Paris, then of course I would carry my passport with me. But otherwise, I try not to because I'm like so afraid of getting it lost. So, but I do bring a copy.
Which is why, I mean, you have a totally valid point about the passport, but I did find that for myself, I didn't always have my passport on me. For sure, one of the worry is that I would lose it, because yeah, sure, it's great that I have it on me and that I can always prove my identity, but I also don't want to lose it. So most of the time, I still just brought my driver's license just in case, even though I don't know. Does every country recognize? I mean, I think the Canadian driver's license is sort of internationally recognized, because like you can rent a car in any country with a Canadian driver's license anyway, from what I know, because anyway, doesn't matter. Kimberly, other than traveling, I personally like micro bags for going out at night, like bars, clubs, concerts, because you only need the minimal items and it is easier to keep track of a micro bag close to your body. Exactly.
You know what, Kimberly? If the micro bag trend was around 20 years ago,
I know,
I would be the clubber with the best looking micro bag. Clubbing is the ultimate test on how many things you need. Card, your ID, your little ID, put it in the pocket. Cash, stuff it in the side of the pocket. Your phone, and that time, well, for me, I just started to have a phone, but not really. And the phone was like this small, like Nokia. You like stop it at the front, and you're all out. That's it. You got nothing except your accessories, and you're like clubbing. That is the ultimate test of what you really need in your life. Clubbing.
No, it's so true. Did I even always have a purse before when I was that young?
Everything is in the jeans.
I know, it's always in some sort of pockets.
Yeah.
And like, it's not like we had credit cards before when you really like, I only had I applied for my first credit card when I was 16. But before that, you don't have one. So you're always just carrying a bit of cash. And it's not like we had a ton of money either. It's always just like one bill. It's either like a $20 bill or a $10 bill. It's something ridiculous, right? Like we didn't need that much things before, honestly. And we didn't have
the money
driver's
together.
license. So like I would maybe have my student ID, right? That's a card.
I think I used
we
to
didn't
bring
have
my
anything before.
I'm trying to think of my uni days. Yeah, I used to bring my not credit card, but my debit card. Take cash, my debit card, my ID. And I don't even remember bringing my phone. Like, that is how dangerous it is. Like,
we didn't have phones back then.
Well, they were. I mean, I had a phone, but it's just that it was.
You did?
I think
so.
Wait,
when did you start clubbing though?
Oh, I did. Oh, no. Okay. In my early days, of course, I didn't have a phone when I was clubbing. But then I'm trying to think of university. If I had a phone, I think I did. Yeah, I think I had one of those because I was in Australia, and I remember owning just a small phone,
Yeah,
like a
university, I had a phone. Yeah.
yeah, like just one of those phones.
Yeah,
It's a phone.
Nokia.
There's no like stuff in it. Just a phone.
Yeah, it's just to talk.
Yeah, just to talk. And I remember there are some days that we just don't even bother bringing it out.
Yeah. No, seriously. I remember being very bare back then. Just we had nothing on us. Like if you robbed us, you would have nothing. You would rob nothing. Just like not much to rob from. Oh, Amanda, yes, make sure to email us because it's tomorrow already on the. But anyway, we could always do more more members live with your FOMO purchases. You can just combine them into different ones. Chris, agree that the Loewe Nano Puzzle bag is one bag we can consider, and it's very secure too. Yes.
Yeah, this is actually the size is I saw it in store. While I was passing by Louie Bay. It's actually quite big. It's like this much bigger than the small bag. So I would think it would fit the passport, and I could.
Bobo
I
is
think
like, oh my god, it is all available online, the yellow one, and she needs to stop
stop
watching
watching
them.
these lives. We need to stop doing these lives because we're infecting ourselves. That's what happened to the boomerang. Like, oh gosh, we're going out to buy it. Oh, boomerang influence. That was bad.
I feel like temptations is always going to be around. I think regardless of I mean, I get it though. Like, especially when it's people that you that you know, or your friends, or people that you like us. I guess you watch us often, so it's much easier to get influence. I understand that, but regardless of that, I feel like you just gotta really know yourself. Like, if micro bags are not for you, then it really isn't, right? We happen to be influenced, and we happen to be able to work with micro bags, not just work, but also really thrive. Like I have so much. I have been ignoring all my other bags since I got these two.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yes.
I haven't worn my bigger bags. The only time I wore a bigger bag was 2 days ago, where I had to visit my doctor, and because all the other errands was around, I had to go to several pharmacies to. Like usually I buy my skincare and everything, like all of my supplements, I buy on the same day. If I'm gonna go to my doctor's anyway, I do all of that. And I usually buy everything for like the whole month. So I brought my Samorga tote, which is like a larger tote, right? And I filled it. That was the only day I brought a big bag. Every other day that I went out, I was just using the micro bags, either the one where I wore around my waist or the pink one. And I think Kat was gonna say you're too, right?
I mean,
You haven't worn any of your other bags.
I am the same. I haven't been using my other bags. Even my poor babies are sitting behind me every day when I walk into this room. They're like staring at me. When are you gonna use me? Okay. And I'm like, because okay, firstly, Singapore, so I'm always blaming on the pandemic. Firstly, Singapore just started to open up. But I have just been using this guy, and occasionally, not as much because it's lambskin and I'm still a little bit babying it. But the couple of days ago, I used it and I stuffed it, and I thought, shit, you're good. I have been using this a lot. Just put my card, couple of cards, my debit card, my credit card. Do I bring my ID out in Singapore? Yeah, I sort of sometimes I bring my ID out, and I stuff my keys. And because it's canvas, I don't have to worry. It's been raining. It's just annoying. I don't need to worry about my bag, let's say my lambskin bag, getting wet so many times this week. When I went out for my classes and I came back, it's drizzling. And I got this tiny little bag with me. I'm like, yeah, no problem. Tuck it under my shirt. Run for my life. So good. Okay, so yeah, what Amy said, we've been influenced. Wasn't like for me, I wasn't sure, but I have it's so far so good. It has worked out for me. And if any of you after this is like thinking, I'm going to get it, I mean, check if you can make it work, because it might not. It just might not work for you. For me, it happened to work with my lifestyle.
Exactly.
It
And the
does
same can
work.
be true for the larger bag size too. I feel like there are a lot of people that are I feel like there may have been a general feeling at one point, I think maybe it was last year when it was I think when the Jacquemus bags were so on trend, like the tiny little Jacquemus ones that some of them really don't look like they actually fit anything except maybe like one AirPod. But but I think it was around that time when there was a general feeling of people saying how you either loved it, right? Or the other way of looking at it is like, oh, bigger bags are gonna come back and then all these bags are gonna be useless. And it may be true, and especially with the Jacquemus one, which are more like an accessory. They honestly are just like worn as like honestly just as a flex, right? With these micro bags that we presented to you this today, I feel like they are, yeah, they are kind of a flex, but they are actually functional flex. And there's another question I just saw while Kat was saying, while Kat was talking, and let me pull it out from D.
Yeah.
Do you think that these micro trends will stick around once we get back to normal? I think we carry less now because we're not going anywhere, and it's so true. I feel like maybe for the foreseeable future, because with this whole pandemic situation, it's gonna take a. I feel like it's still gonna take maybe
Couple of
a
years.
couple years before it's more normalized. And so it will be useful for sure for the foreseeable future. But regardless of that, I feel like even if we go back to totally normal, I'm still going to be glad that I have these bags because, like I said, for my own lifestyle, there are just days where I could not be bothered with an actual handbag, with the weight of it, because um, sometimes I just want to feel very lighter, like much lighter and just more liberated. Um, there are so many times in the past where I mentioned also that when I go out, it's literally just going to in-laws house. Like, what do you need when you go to in-laws house, right? But that's the thing, you never know what you need. So it just in case, it's still good to have your ID. It's still good to have, well, obviously your keys and everything, but a micro bag is totally fine for those days. And usually when we're inside the house, I still have the phone on my hands anyway. So like, I feel like regardless of the trend, for me anyway, and for Kat, these micro bags will still serve us, right? They are very tempting. You might end up adding more than more than one or two. Yeah, you just gotta really you gotta either have very good self-control or you just don't get it because you know for sure it won't work for you. And that's totally fine too.
I think it will stick. Like 50% of it will stick. So
Mm,
like what we've shown in the slides are bags that, like what Amy said, it's functional because you can at least put your bare minimum. But there's one, that Balenciaga one, which is a little like too small. Honestly, that is a flex. That to
yeah.
me will, if you love Balenciaga, you just want a little bit of fun, that is a fun bag. But if you want something that you could say continue to use after the pandemic, after everything is gone, come back to normal, actually you can still use these bags. Because one of the reasons why I have been using this bag so much is because I'm using it for the most basic activity in a pandemic:
Yeah.
grocery shopping. And let me tell you, that itself, because it's so small, I don't have to fiddle around with a giant bag. I just need to get out the house, buy my vegetables, buy my milk, use both hands to carry all my stuff home because I don't have a car. So I'm just like, carrying everything. I don't want a chunky little big bag like swinging around. I just want something to put my card, my house keys out, in, and back. So I feel like for that activity, it will continue to be useful for some people. and I can see myself for using it for the foreseeable future. If I'm going to the market, I don't want to have any bag touching any vegetables. So give me a small little canvas bag. I can wipe it very easily, clean. And for that, I think it will work. But if you're going to go for bags that are too small for that basic need, then it's basically love. I just say it's that I saw in Kimberly. I was looking up. Kimberly said something. She was gifted I think that's the
The
Jacquemus.
Chiquito, yeah, the Jacquemus one,
The
yeah.
Chiquito bag. It doesn't fit anything but your AirPods without the case.
Yeah, that's what I said. But it fits one AirPod.
One AirPod. One of these.
Or maybe two. I don't know. I was exaggerating.
You gotta maybe do a bit of Tetris. Yeah, that to me is fun. That's just fun. You just have a lot. You just want that fun. Then sure, you can talk about it when you're like much older. So, look at this little guy. It's kind of cute. But for functional, I still think you need to find a size that you can work with at least your most basic regular activity, whether it's jogging, having a walk around the park. For me, shopping, grocery shopping. Yeah, things like that.
Yeah, exactly. Walking around the park is a good point because a lot of people own pets, right? You have to walk your dog every day. It's perfect days to wear your your micro bags, because even a mini bag can feel a bit heavy, right?
Yeah, you don't want anything.
Yeah, anything feels heavy nowadays. I don't know.
People
But
go for walks. I think walking, like when I used to do a lot of running, I used to find those like pouches, and they had little bags there, and really that little pouch bag was just to put one key and one key, my car key, and like that's it. Actually, that's it. And I'll stick it by my pocket. So if you want to like go out for a nice walk, stroll around the park, I think a micro bag will still be useful for that. It's a flex, of course. It's luxury.
I have to say one more thing before we get to this comment, but it's so true. Like with the walking, I feel like micro bags are really the answer of being really lightweight and still look put together. That is the thing, because when I go walking more for exercise, so I'm actually trying to sweat a little bit, then I'll just wear my Nike belt bag or my sports sack, like just my $30 bag that actually I don't mind if it just, if I get sweaty and it gets hot or whatever, then I don't mind it. But there are days where you're going out for a walk, or maybe, I don't know. There are just some days where you just want to hang out a bit longer outside, but you want to be put together. Micro bags, right? It just makes you look good too. Okay, Jen, my Fendi Nano Baguette Charm Bag even holds hand sanitizer spray. The spray is a must for all my tiny bag. Oh, from Noshinku. Okay. Noshinku. I don't know where that is. Is that a brand? But definitely, yes. I also saw another comment earlier, I think from Kimberly, because we were talking about the Nano puzzle. I take it back. I finally got off my meeting. My passport does not fit in the Nano puzzle. It only fits in the mini puzzle. The zipper closure is too small, but she still loves it. It fits her Hermes card holder, AirPods Pro, Bastia, portable charger, wires, and keys. I mean, it still fits.
That's a lot of things. That's a bag.
I wonder, can you just maybe squeeze your passport, kind of fold it a little bit to get it in?
A little bit, right?
Yeah, I wonder. You can let us know if you try it. Mini Constance, is it the one that we showed? No, that one's not called a Mini Constance. That one's called Constance Slim.
Yeah.
So Mini Constance is the smallest size Constance, right? See, that's the thing. I was told it depends, right? I think it depends on your store. I feel like some stores will be a quota and some won't. I feel like Vancouver it is. I was told that in Vancouver it is. I guess because we have no choice, we only have the one store. And so if demand is high, usually if demand is high in general, doesn't matter what the bag is, it will be harder, much harder to get. And they might even make the Constance a quota bag. I can't say that it's for every single store. Maybe Kat, you can let us know for
I think in
Singapore.
Singapore, it's also a quota bag. I think.
Mm,
I mean, I'm not sure, but you don't get. You need to have a relationship to be getting a bag like that. It's not one of those that you can just
yeah.
walk in like a picotin or what's the other bag like the what's the other one, mini Evelyn. You still can get it. I've seen a few people just at the store just get it, but the mini constant is not commonly offered easily. Probably a little bit like the mini Lindy, but maybe the mini Lindy, because it's newer, it's even harder to get.
Mm. I
Oh,
feel like
diamonds from
lately it's been
Singapore.
hard for anything
Really?
anyway because of the pandemic and just slower production in general, and even shipping logistics is harder with the pandemic, so it's definitely not easy. I think it's always never been easy anyway for Hermes. Some people have it easier than others, which is great, but yeah, it's just one of those things. I feel like especially since the pandemic, it's gotten even harder and more stressful and more demand, less supply. For some reason, more demand since the pandemic. People just have money to spend because they have nowhere to go. So
Yeah.
therefore they're not traveling, right? And then they want to be spendy because they're bored. I feel like those are totally valid reasons. There's nothing wrong with that. Which is making the market even hotter and much harder to get.
We can take the
Okay,
last.
I think that was our. Oh, actually, Kimberly says the nano puzzle really couldn't fit a passport in, but mostly because my passport has a hard chip in the middle. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
can't be folded. Yep.
The bag lengthwise is only 0.5 to 1 centimeter longer than a passport. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So it
Oh,
just
that's
does not
cute.
fit. Like it was just
That's
it's
cute.
basically exactly the size of your passport, which is why it doesn't fit. Okay. Got it. Well, that concludes our episode for micro bags. It is already our 2-hour mark. Just reminders next week. Wait, is next week already our guest?
Yes, next week is
Okay, so
Mel
yeah,
in
next week we
Melbourne.
have our
So
special
join
guest,
me on my
Mim,
channel.
on Kat's channel. And then tomorrow is on my channel again. Members, we are gonna have a ton of fun. And members is like so much more casual and more candid. And yeah, so tomorrow it'll be at 10:30 Pacific time and 1:30 Singapore time. And then next week is just normal, just our regular timing. So see you guys then. And yeah, have a great weekend ahead of you. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.